Good evening and welcome to Where Your Issues Matter. I'm Sherene Smith. Your host for this evening will be Mr. Evon Hutchinson. He will be talking on the topic Jamaican politics from independence to 2011. Stay tuned on this NCU FM. We'll be right back.
One civilization is not complete without its art, the highest form of expression of human intelligence. You have become complacent, sitting down and allowing the other nations to run away with everything. You have become a bunch of consumers. You are creators. Rise up, mighty people, accomplish what you will. Without confidence, you're twice defeated in the race of life.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us on NCU FM. This is Where Your Issues Matter and your host for tonight will be Evon Hutchinson. Let's get started. The office of the Prime Minister is now vacant. I, the Honourable Sir Patrick Linton Allen, Governor General of Jamaica, do appoint you, Andrew Michael Holness, to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Andrew Holness is now Jamaica's 9th Prime Minister, and the youngest so far at age 39. The political boat that Jamaica sails on has had its fair share of rough seas and bad weather. Jamaica's political landscape has come a far way since we gained independence in 1962. Jamaica is an independent state, a parliamentary democracy, and a member of the British Commonwealth of Nations. At present, the Queen of England is also the Queen of Jamaica and is represented by a Governor-General whose duty, like those of a British sovereign, are largely ceremonial. Political power lies within Parliament, which consists of the House of elected members representing 60 constituencies and a Senate of 21 members, 14 nominated by the Prime Minister and 8 by the opposition leader.
Please, Mr. Knight, please.
I'm suggesting that you are pathologically mendacious.
Mr. Knight, that is an improper suggestion.
Why?
And an improper...
After
yes.
he just said what he just said?
Yes.
It's pathological.
Mr. Knight, please continue your cross-examination, if you so intend to.
He was referring to what you said, a ruling you made.
And he laughed at you.
And laughed. You have a pathological condition when it comes to telling the truth. And I'm suggesting to you that you have misled, you have conspired, and you have deceived the Parliament, the people of this country, and the inquiry, this commission, the diaspora and every Jamaican, and that you, Prime Minister, should pack your bags and go.
Mr. Chairman,
All right, Mr. Small.
But Mr. Chairman, you need to put your foot down.
Put my foot down or what? Adjourn it?
Well, take charge.
September 11, 2007 marked the reign of Oreth Bruce Golding of the now leading Jamaica Labour Party. This victory ousted then Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller, who herself made history in Jamaican politics. She did a tremendous feat by becoming Jamaica's first female Prime Minister. Bruce Golding, during his tenure as Prime Minister, which ended on October 23, 2011, saw Jamaicans getting free healthcare and education. It is to be seen if this will be sustained by the new Prime Minister. Politics and politicians presently have developed a name for not being credible and sustainable. This is due to the fact that Jamaicans have lost trust in the current leaders. There has been a tremendous shift from the old days of politics. We are now experiencing the Prime Minister being taken before the Commission of Inquiry. A junior minister was caught pilfering funds to family members. Ministers resigning because they can't work with or under the appointed leader, and the saga continues. We are also seeing where this current political landscape have seen Jamaica signing a treaty with the International Monetary Fund. In Michael Manley's time, he wanted Jamaica to become a communist state. The opposition party was against it, so were many Jamaicans.
We've come too far, we're not turning back now. We've come too far, we're not turning back now. We have a pride now, we have a place now, we have a mission now, and I say to you, my friends, together we are going to march forward under God's heaven, building democratic socialism. Glory to socialism!
Throughout the history of our politics, the economy was seen to be growing at a steady pace, and Jamaica and Jamaicans were more or less comfortable. The PNP in 1989 came into power and was there for 18 years. This is the longest any party has ever been in power. It was said during and after their departure that the country was left in ruin and the JLP had to fix it. Bruce went into power when America was going through an economic crisis that affected everyone. Political analysts and economists have concluded that Bruce Colin has brought the country quite a far way and deserved his due. Jamaica's political boat has crossed a lot of swells and tides. Before Bruce Colin came into power, we had a phenomenal woman, Portia Simpson Miller. This shift in paradigm saw the end of the 18-year rule by the People's National Party. Portia Simpson Miller, affectionately known to most as Sister P, is quite a woman. She was not willingly accepted by her party to become the next leader and the Prime Minister following the departure of P.J. Patterson. Today, the political landscape shows distrust for both parties. This distrust continued from the 18-year rule of the People's National Party. Jamaica in a continuing state of economic crisis, violence at an all-time high, and a cry for better living for a poor class of Jamaicans. Jamaican politics has changed a lot from the time we've gained independence until now. One thing that still remains though is that we have never seen a successful third party. From we've gained independence and started the government with a prime minister and the ruling of ourselves, we have seen the continuous rise and fall of third parties. Jamaicans are only receptive to JLP and PNP. We have seen the emergence of the National Democratic Movement, also the new National Coalition. There was also Ras Astor Black and Betty and Blaine trying to enter the political landscape as independent members with no party affiliation behind them. There has been over 46 political parties formed in Jamaica since we've gained independence. None of them were sustained. One thing is certain, Jamaicans are not too fond of any other parties except the JLP and PNP, and it seems it will remain that way. Jamaicans are still yet to see what third parties or independents are bringing to the table that is new or different, if even slightly. Today's political landscape has Jamaicans believing that they will never see social or economic change under PNP or JLP. However, Jamaicans are not willing to accept another party or independent member within the House of Representatives. Many persons who voted in Jamaica Labour Party were just tired of the PNP and wanted a change. Today, most believe they have not gotten or will not get. This is due to the fact that the same sort of politics that was put forward by the PNP during the 18 years in power is the same characterized by the JLP. Every man for himself and no one for the Jamaican populace. In both parties, we have persons who are purely self-centered, and until this change, there will not be a significant change in Jamaican politics.
What are your views on Jamaica's political landscape from independence till now?
Jamaica's political landscape from independence till now has been very intriguing. It has been rather interesting. In most recent times, going back, we have seen the youngest prime minister in the history of Jamaica, independent Jamaica politics. We have seen first-time female prime minister in the history of independent Jamaica politics. We have seen individuals, parties serving for 18 plus years, first time in the history of Jamaican politics. We have seen a glorious landscape changing in the Jamaican politics. It has been good and bad. Good in the sense that many young persons in the 2007 elections, they got the chance to vote for the first time, having seen just one government for more than 18 years. Within this sphere of the 5 years of recording, 4 years plus, individuals have been crying. Individuals have been arguing to say, well, this is not what they voted for. So with next year being the 50th anniversary of independent Jamaica, we have seen many changes. We have seen prime ministers being drawn before commissions of inquiries. We have seen US getting involved in our case. We have seen UK most recently with the human rights appeals coming in for us. We have seen the change from, well, the proposed change from Privy Council to CCJ, and with all of that, Jamaica is still standing firm. We have seen independence, and we're celebrating independence. With all that is happening now, Jamaica is poised for glorious takeoff with everything else that is before us as it relates to politics. The good thing, we have seen a third party coming on board. They did not last for very long. They did not do much, and then that dismantled. But all of that, all in all, we're seeing a change. We're seeing 3, 4, 5 parties now. We're seeing Ras Astor Black being in every election since 2002, 2003. We're seeing that happening. But with that, individuals are saying they can do this, they can do all of that. We're seeing people coming forward say they're ready to take on political roles. Young people, we're seeing middle age, we're seeing very old. But the most interesting thing for me is the paradigm shift from the old to the young now. And it is being pushed with the new Prime Minister, the youngest 39 years old Prime Minister Jamaica has ever seen. With all that being said, we are in for a treat. 50 years, still young. 39 years, even younger.
Thank you.
Well,
Hi, good afternoon. What are your views on Jamaica's political landscape?
Good afternoon. My views are very clear on the landscape of the political party and so forth. From independence, the economy has grown weak. The party members on a whole, they are in it for themselves. Money, that's all. If we were under the British economy still, would have been better, right? If they were ruling, would have been better. The economy would have been better. Take, for instance, Cayman. You know that they're still under Britain, and the economy is very, very good. Yes, it's very, very good. So, back to Jamaica, the economy is going down, and this party thing about JLP, PNP, it's not cutting. It's not really going anywhere. It's just the leaders for themselves, and that's it.
Thank you. Good afternoon. With me here today is Ms. Tamika Peart, a budding politician. Ms. Peart, what's your views on Jamaica's politics from independence till now?
Well, I must say, where Jamaican politics is concerned, to some extent, it is safe to say that our politics has evolved, and to some extent, I can say it has remained static. When I say that our politics has evolved, it's known on campus where we have a lot of people who are openly supporters of the opposing party, and we have people who are supporters of the governing party, and they still manage to maintain their friendship. They maintain their civility, even though they know that they're supporters of opposing parties. Back in the past, this would have been something that, this would have been something that people would have hoped to come in the future, but wasn't anything that my grandparents could relate to. Again, when you look at people, to some extent, again, you will hear people talking from time to time that the whole garrisonization of politics, it's not as strict as it used to be. You do have people known living in garrison communities that are not supporters of the party that the garrison pushes, but they still coexist nonetheless. However, where our politics needs growth is where people don't trust both parties. Sorry, I must say that. And despite having the lack of trust for both parties currently, there is still no possibility of a third party coming into existence in a sustainable existence. What I do hope is that our politics can evolve to that point, and I do hope that our politics can fully evolve to a point where we discuss issues. We no longer look at personalities. We can understand that regardless of which party goes, regardless of the party being in power, it's matters that should be addressed, and each party should try to put the best person forward. And regardless of whichever party you support, you can openly say, my party has work to do here, and that party is doing well, even though I don't support that party. So there are strides, but there's still work left to be done.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Peart, for your views.
Jamaica has had a long history, even so politically. The year 1930